Hello everyone, thank you for the opportunity given to me to present our research result. My name is Niko Ibrahim from the University of Indonesia, representing my colleague Mrs. Putu from the University of Indonesia and Mr. Fadil from ticket.com. The title of our paper is Hotel Revenue Manager Segmentation based on their behavior on motivation while using online travel agent Supplier system. My presentation consists of introduction, problem statement, literature review, methodology, research result, and conclusion. The first background of the research is the huge contribution of tourism to economic activity in a region. Even on a global scale, tourism is an important business sector in providing employment. Indonesia itself is said to be leading the South Asian region as the fastest growing internet market in the world. In particular, the online travel industry in this region has enormous potential where Indonesia contributes 1/3 of the growth of the hotel, airlines, and ride market. Because of this, online delivery platforms have become very popular among travelers, and as a result, online travel agents have become the main distribution channel for booking process. The second background in the relationship is the relationship between organizations in the tourism sector, where there has been quite a lot of research discussing the dispute between travel agent and accommodation provider, in this case hotel. Hotel must continue to work with OTA as part of the distress and inventory strategy. So the collaboration between hotels and OTA is very important for the sustainability of both parties. In the relationship between OTA and hotel, an important part of an effective collaboration is the interaction between OTA and the hotel revenue manager. A human relationship between them, between the revenue manager and OTA, is very important in this collaboration. Apart from the advanced technology that OTA has, research shows that the interaction and coordination between revenue managers and OTA is an important element in a productive collaboration. For the problem statement, the first thing is that there is still a lack of consensus on what, how, when, and why B2B needs to be segmented. Secondly, with the large number of accommodation suppliers in OTA, in this case, could be 1,000 to million, it is necessary to develop and implement different strategies for different segments. Our research aims to segment B2B hotel users, in this case, the revenue manager, when they are using the OTA supplier system, or commonly known as the OTA extranet. As for the literature review, I first explain about the online hotel distribution channel here, where basically hotel partners need to work with OTA, and they can manage their inventory on OTA in 3 ways, namely through extranet, partner connectivity, in this case, channel manager or switcher, or they can also manage their inventory manually via email, text, or telephone call to the OTA. The second literature review is about the inter-organizational relationship between OTA and hotel. OTA is represented by market manager, while hotel in this case represented by revenue manager. The role of the revenue manager here is to manage distribution, pricing, and handling relationship with various partners. They are the one who are responsible for managing various matters in OTA, such as availability, rate, inventory, or we call as ARI, promotion, reservation, settlement, and so on. On average, they use 3.6 OTA that differs in terms of system function and form of cooperation. For research methodology, we first conducted in-depth interview with 23 revenue managers in several major cities in Indonesia. We chose semi-structured interviews because this method can combine questions that have been prepared before with the opportunity for new issues to emerge from the interviewee. We use thematic analysis to find the main theme of revenue manager segmentation. The following are questions we gave during the interview, such as how many and which OTA do you connect with? What do you usually use for updating the rate for each OTA, whether it is using extranet or channel manager, and why? For each OTA extranet you are using, what are the advantages and the disadvantages of each of the OTA extranet? How often do you update the rate using extranet? When and for what needs? What features do you often use on extranet? What is the performance of the rate plan, manage rate, and bulk update feature on the extranet? This is the main feature usually in each OTA. What are the features needed to have but don't yet have on an extranet? And then critique and suggestion for features on extranet. Also, beside the web version, does the hotel use the extranet app? Are there any pain points? Do you have another branch hotel who is holding extranet? That's the question during the interview. And then this is the following are the results of the interview. The excerpt code from the interview. We found several such as use extranet, rarely used or maybe used, use channel manager, does not use channel manager, skillful, low skill, in this case in IT literacy, rely on market manager or not rely on market manager, active exploring and giving feedback, not actively exploring nor giving feedback, passive and effortless. From here, we do a code extraction which produces the following code: extranet usage, channel manager usage, knowledge of skill, and reliability on market manager, and also the activeness. From the extracted code, we group 4 types of revenue managers, which we call here as innovator, achiever, effortless, and survivor. For example, a revenue manager with type of innovator usually use channel manager. They are also skillful in exploring the OTA system. They do not depend on market manager, and they are active in communicating their matters to market manager. On the other hand, the survivor type of revenue manager often relies on MM or market manager, does not have a strong insight into the system, and is passive in communicating. For more detail, the following table describes the type of revenue manager based on extranet usage, behavior, and motivation. We make a summary for each of these types, as well as the typical hotel type for each type. For example, here the achiever usually uses the number 2. The achiever typically use an extranet for promotion. They don't always depend on market manager, but they rarely explore extranet compared to the innovator type. Usually because they are busy monitoring many things at their work. The most important thing for them is joint promotion and monitoring performance. The type of the hotel here usually chain hotel. For conclusion, the main objective of this research is to explore the behavior and motivation of the hotel revenue manager when using the OTA extranet and segment them into 4 types based on extracted codes from the interview result. We also found that channel managers have an important role in managing distribution channels, but for small or medium hotels, they need to consider the cost incurred. We also found that lack of knowledge in IT literacy from hotel revenue managers affect the use of OTA extranet. The dedication of revenue manager is the key to maximizing the product and services provided by OTA. And then independent hotels tend to be more active than chain hotel because they really need OTA for market development. So based on the segmentation, OTA then can formulate the most suitable supplier development for each segment. That's the presentation for me. Thank you for your attention.